Hey everyone, as most of you may know, the iOS 5.1 software came out today, Wednesday, March 7th, 2012. If you haven't had a chance to do the upgrade, I've gone ahead and done it and just want to talk about some quick features for you guys. Number one, Siri can be used in Japanese now. Number two, the battery life issue has hopefully been resolved with this installment. And I think the biggest front end change is obviously the camera option that you see on the bottom right corner of the lock screen. In the past with the 5.0 software, what you would have to do is just double click on the home screen and then it would appear, but now it's just there permanently next to the slide. And if you want to get to the app, all you would have to do is not click on it, but just basically raise it like that, and then the camera would open up. So as you can see, my camera is pointing at you guys. And if you want to get back to your lock screen, you just take your finger and you slide down. So that's basically the coolest feature and the most apparent change from this software upgrade. I want to show you guys some of the tips and little tricks that I do with my iPhone 4S, and also you'll be able to do this with any of your iPad products, especially the iPad 3 when you get it, or sorry, the new iPad. So basically, the first thing is locking your orientation. So basically what I'm talking about with when I refer to orientation is that, let's say you're typing something, for whatever reason, you switch positions, let's say you're lying in bed, and your screen shifts to the horizontal view. Let's say you don't want that to happen for whatever reason. All you would have to do for this is double click your home screen and open up your multi-tasking, and then you'd flip all the way to the left hand side and you'll see a little circle there. You just click on that and then you'd hit your home button, and basically what that does is it locks your orientation. So how you know that it's locked, next to the 66%, you'll see that same icon right here that you saw at in the multitasking feature, and basically what that means is that your orientation is locked, which is pretty cool. And this is also a feature on the iPad as well. And if you want to unlock it, you just do the same thing. Double click on your home screen, flip over to the left hand side and unlock it. Boom. And then you're back. You're back to, having things flipping to the horizontal mode or vertical, whatever you need it to be. The next feature I want to talk to you guys is basically something really simple. It's just navigating your different home screens. I know a lot of people like to do the flip. They like to flip over like this. But another thing that you can do as well is that where you see the circles at the bottom that represents how many screens you have, basically what you can do is just tap to the left of it, or tap to the right of it, or tap to the left of it, and you'll be able to basically navigate your screens like that. So that's a pretty cool function that you can use as well if need be. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about is basically typing. A lot of my BlackBerry buddies will not switch over to the iPhone because of BBM and the typing. It's hard to compete with the typing with the BBM. They do have a full keyboard, but once you learn the little tricks of using the iPhone, it becomes a lot easier. So basically, we'll get into notes here and I'll show you guys a couple of things. So first thing you want to do is make sure that you're always typing in landscape. Why? Because the screen is a little bit bigger with your letters. The disadvantage is that the preview screen is a little bit smaller, and it's way smaller when you're doing text messaging. But to solve that problem, you just got to kind of flip it vertically or horizontally and then just type away like that. One of the basic features of typing is actually double clicking on the spacebar to have a period at the end of a word or sentence. So that's something that most of you guys know, but if you didn't, if you're writing John, what you would normally have to do is hit 1, 2, 3 at the bottom left corner, hit period, and then ABC again to get back to the letters. So to avoid that, all you would have to do is actually double click on spacebar, and then you would have the period at the end. Now another feature is accents. So if you're using a different language or whatever, and you needed an accent on one of the letters, all you would have to do is hold down on that letter. You see a bunch of features come up, you drag your finger without moving it, and then you pick whatever you need. So that's a pretty cool feature. Another cool feature is having capitals. So if you want to write something out in capitals, instead of hitting the capital button every single time, like for example, if you're writing W, capital T, capital F, instead of writing that out, all you would have to do is double click on the capital button, hit WTF, and then you're done. Unlock it like that, and you're good to go. Now let's say you want to write WTF exclamation mark, all capitals. So you double click here, WTF, you hit 1, 2, 3, exclamation mark, and then ABC again to continue typing. So to avoid that last two steps, all you would have to do is hold down on the 1, 2, 3, drag your finger over to the exclamation mark, and let go. And then it would drop you back to the ABCs there, kind of saving you a second or two there. So that's pretty cool as well. Another really cool feature is called shortcuts. This is something that's really cool and everyone should use it. So for example, if I want to tell my buddy that I'm on my way, then I go OMW. And then as you can see, it auto-populates on my way. And you can do this for anything. So in order to set that up, what you would have to do is head over to your settings. Okay, you would go over to General, you head over to Keyboard, and then right down here you'll see shortcuts. So I have one for how are you, there's on my way, and I have one for what are you doing tonight. And then you can just kind of add a shortcut here, put in the phrase, put in the shortcut, and then you can use that for all your emails and your text messages and everything. And that's pretty cool. Last feature I want to show you guys is this. Dictation. Dictation is really cool. It's something that I use frequently, especially when I need to be hands-free. And basically, you would type on the microphone button that you see on the left of the spacebar, and you just say anything like this: "I'm on my way." There you go. It says "I'm on my way." So let's say you want to ask a question. You could do that too. How are you doing? Question mark. So notice how I had to say question mark at the end. I've noticed from my experiences it doesn't pick up on whether it needs an exclamation mark or a question mark or whatever. You have to kind of phonetically say it, and then it'll pick up on it. So those were some of the things that I used to kind of make my life easier with the iPhone. Hope you enjoyed it, and take care.